how can you expect wrong people in a party that is so powerful that controls the life of every Nigerian? You should ask your question from the perspective of somebody who knows who a governor is. You don't know who a governor is.
It is another very beautiful day, and welcome to another edition of Insightful Moments. My name is Jare Tiamiyu. It's been a very long time, but politics has become, the biggest thing in Osun State now. Election is less than a month, and from the north, from the central to the west to the east, it has been the movement of politicians campaigning and canvassing for votes. And what has happened, in the last few days? A lot of things have happened, but today I will be speaking with somebody that has been on this show twice in the past. First time as a special advisor to governor on education, and second time as a member of the All Progressives Congress. Today, he will be with me as a member of the Accord Party and also the Director of Strategic Communication of the Mole Campaign Council. I have here today Alhaji Jamiu Olawumi. Alhaji Olawumi, thanks so much for joining us again.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me. Quick addition to what you have said.
Yes.
This is my third time in government. I was media assistant in Bababisi Akademi's government.
Okay.
And the party then was Alliance for Democracy.
Okay, so which means you have seen your transition has become like 2 times. Okay, let's come here. Let's discuss. You recently moved to the Accord Party, and then some people are saying. I would like to ask you. You remember that when you were here about 10 months ago, I would discuss the chances of your party, and then that time I asked. Then you were with Senator Iyola Omishore. Some people are saying that the moment when Senator Yola Missouri could not get the ticket of the APC, all of you just changed. Majority of you that were with him, including the former commissioner for youth and some other people that you were together. Even your person that you were together in the Ministry of Education, Honorable Misayemi, has also moved. So is it that because you could not win the ticket of the APC, and that was why you thought that that party has become evil?
But thank you very much. Too bad we are still discussing that, but for the benefit of people that might have not listened to our arguments, you not expect us to stay with a disqualified aspirant. The party knew what they saw before they disqualified him. So since they have disqualified him, and another processes that surrounded the issue at that time, for instance, revalidation of membership of the party that cost a lot of money, and they said those people who filled this form were not qualified to do. So a lot of us also were also disqualified by that implication. And the president, who is the leader of the party in the country, asked them to apologize. I don't think they have done so.
Who are them when you say
the party?
Them? You mean the party at the national level?
Yes, to apologize, and they have never done that. So you don't expect me to continue to stay in a party where I've been disqualified.
You have been disqualified as a candidate or as a member?
As one of those people who filled the form of the candidate is qualified.
So do you now think that you were also disqualified in the extension?
Of course, when people who are supposed to fill his form were wrong, or seem to be wrong people. So how can you expect wrong people in a party that is so powerful, that controls the life of every Nigerian, that's so powerful that they even guarantee us how to breathe? So movement is nothing special in politics. And it's a right enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Some people will ask you that, were you loyal to the party or you were loyal to an individual?
I should be loyal to the party, but the party said I feel the wrong for a wrong person. And the follow have been disqualified. By implication, I've been disqualified.
as a member.
Yes.
And that was why you thought that you have to leave.
And I waited for 6 months for reconciliation that never came.
Was the reconciliation about the people that lost or subsequent primaries? I mean, the House of Reps, Senate, and House of Assembly.
Let me tell you how it works.
Yes.
You don't. Reconciliation is not a sudden flight. When there is crisis, you negotiate. You have taken the head, Abi. Somebody else could take the neck. After negotiation, you integrate. You now reconcile. So people who are ignorant of the process will tell you, let us reconcile now. You can't reconcile when you have taken something. I don't know what I'm going to take. So it's a process. It's a process of conflict resolution. When there's conflict, you know the essence of the conflict. Who has benefited from that conflict? People who are annoyed, who are angered, what is remain? What are remain? To assuage their feelings. But when you don't do that, you are shouting, you are mouthing reconciliation. It's just an emotion without movement.
So it was after the primaries of Senate, Rep, and House of Assembly, they said your people lost out everything. That's, Senator, former Honorable Israel Famurewa was,
They did lose out.
Okay.
Or it was schemed out.
Maybe he lost out of the scheming.
He can speak for himself.
But he's a colleague of yours.
Excuse me. Famurewa is not the only supporter of Olawumi.
So every other person in that group, you said, well, you were not considered for any of the tickets. That was why you heard left.
Let me tell you, I was not an aspirant for any elected position.
Okay.
So when I'm talking about tickets, it does not concern me.
About some of your colleagues that were in that group.
That is their business. I don't know. I can't speak for them.
Okay.
I feel dissatisfied because the process was not free and fair. The process was a garrison type, a jackboot. All of you are not qualified. Even a senior advocate of Nigeria, two former deputy governors who had filled form over time, senators, lawyers. If you say they are not qualified, they have been disqualified without any reason adduced to the disqualification. Then you are portraying a party that is not egalitarian. The focus of anybody coming into politics, into party politics, is that you will be able, through free and fair process, reach the zenith of his ambition. That's a right that should be guaranteed. Where you are muzzled, somebody believes is the leader of the party is wearing a jackboot. That is militarization. That's not egalitarianism. So if you think you can survive there, continue to patch on with them. So if you think you don't need a patch up life, look elsewhere.
But they said that some of you actually shut door from reconciliation. So they were told that
you were lied
Senator.
You were lied to.
So that's why I'm putting it to you to tell us. They said Senator Olawumi was actually reached out to, but they showed that.
Who was the fellow that reached out to? Quote them properly now.
Candidates, Ambo, and even some former governor.
Is that the process of reconciliation? Somebody who imposed him will not reach out to people who are angered, so you should go and do it.
Okay.
So
you are saying that
no, can you take
the leader of the party in the state did not reach out to all of you before you left?
That is even overdue now.
No. I mean before you left.
Yes.
So there was no time. Former Governor Oyetola actually attempted to meet with all of you.
He was boasting around. We were hearing from his assumed close aides that they don't need Omishore in their party, that they will win. And one of them said it on a TV show here in Osun State, that with or without Omishore they will win the election. Is that the process of reconciliation?
But Senator Olawumi is still a member of their party now.
It's not my business. In actual fact, he sowed the seed of the part that transformed into APC.
So that is why
So he's sitting there because of his investment in the party.
So are they in extension? You are with Governor Adeleke.
Of course,
Are you having some handshake under the table? Like having some support for your preferred candidate now? For your party, for your candidate, your party
Who's
now.
having support?
I mean, are you having the support of Olawumi and some other people that are still there? Like Honorable Family has not also declared public that they have left.
What is their business?
No, I'm just asking you that.
It's not my business to reach out to them now. If anybody is reaching out, they should be the governor's contesting.
And I believe that you have the knowledge of that because you believe that you are a member of that group.
Excuse me, let us talk like somebody who have correct perception of who is.
So that's why I'm asking you.
Listen now. You should ask your question from the perspective of somebody who knows who a governor is. You don't know who a governor is. A governor will not be telling you because he's the leader of the state, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
Have you ever seen a king, an Oba, telling people his strategy to continue to reign in his community?
But he discusses with his chiefs.
I'm not one of his chiefs.
You are holding a strategic position.
It does not matter. It does not matter.
Okay. So let's leave that.
I'm not his special advisor political.
But strategic communication.
Yes.
Okay. Let's leave that there. Let's go to other issue. And recently there was a statement credited to you where you said, when we were talking about the teachers recruitment.
Yes.
And then you said that process did not follow. You did not complete that process before you left.
Yes, we didn't complete.
Why? And you were also on this chair when you also said Adeleke sacked teachers. Yeah, you knew that you did not complete the process. Why were you also talking about sacking teachers?
He sacked them because the process that ought to bring them into the service was flawed.
So you supervised a flawed process?
Yes. Because of the timing. Okay. In every democracy of the world, when a government loses election, a governor or a president loses election, it becomes a lame duck. Whatever policy trusts that will be consequential to the future governance, you must carry along the fellow who has won the election. We didn't do that.
And all of you went ahead with that.
Listen now, you asked me a question.
Yes.
We didn't do that. You don't, a reasonable political figure will understand that when you are about to have election, you need everybody to vote for you. Even though knowing very well that everybody cannot vote for you. But those ones that you can stimulate to vote for you, you look at employment opportunities for them. So if before the election we are recruited the teachers, in fact about 80% of them would have voted for us because there were agitations that they did the exam, they passed, we have appointed few and we are keeping some other people waiting. Those people we are keeping to wait have possibility and right not to vote for us again because we have not given them jobs. So 80% of them must have voted for another party, causing us to lose that election. So if you now, after we had lost the election, you now turn around to them, to people whose intention are changed about your government, to bring them that you have offered them employment. You are only recruiting people to fight the incoming government with you.
And that was what you did, if I may ask you.
So those people that APC now parades, that these are the teachers they sack, they were ab initio their enemies. They were using them to fight Adeleke. The process of recruitment starts from letter of offer. You process at the finance for them to take salaries. How many of them took salary before we left government? They have never been paid. Their names were written with pencil, not ink. And Adeleke came and erased the conflicting names. That is one. Number two, we that did the employment, recruitment, were you informed that we didn't take November salary?
Yes.
Why wouldn't we? Why shouldn't we take November salary? It's all about the post-election trauma that the governor then allowed to overweigh the government. Do you know that we didn't take our severance allowance and we left 14 billion naira in the account? All the severance allowance were not up to 250 million. And that government left 14 billion naira. So you are looking at the face value of what we said, that there were no recruitments. There was attempt to recruit a foot soldiers, an army of foot soldiers that will help you fight Adeleke, not who are going to teach.
So that was what you did in the ministry.
Of what we did.
And are you remorseful of that kind of a process? You know, when you politicians sit like this and you are trying to tell us the evil in what your intention were when you were in office, are you actually remorseful of that? You know, as one of the actors in that process.
Listen, a commissioner or special advisor are errant persons. You are there at the instance and the mercy of the governor who appoints you. So even if you advise, let us go this way, and you refuse to go that way, well, will you kill yourself? I have no reason to be remorseful.
But why about you leaving that at that point when you realized that what you were doing was not right?
It was right.
As at that time?
It was right at that time, but it was a process. What made it wrong was not sitting down with the incoming governor to share policy ideas so that they can continue to be in the office.
Did you advise that?
Listen now. Who advised Buhari to call Tinubu to Aso Rock to come and look at what he's doing? Was it one of his ministers that did that? But that is the global practice. You cannot teach somebody is the governor what is global practice. There was a time Fayemi brought in Oyebanji to brief him about governance, despite the fact that he was his own chief of staff. So that's the global practice. Was as chief of staff to Fayemi, could Oyebanji have gone to his bedroom? No. But after he won the election as his successor, he took him round the governor's lodge. That's the global practice. If the former governor failed to do it, it's going to be at the expense of those he recruited, which at that time had turned to booby trap. He also recruited people in the health sector. An outgoing government that has not briefed the incoming governor shouldn't have recruited over 10,000 people into the service.
So you recruited over 10,000 people?
I said in the health sector too, not only in teaching.
So that was when so you are telling us that when Adeleke said 12,000 persons were dismissed from service, that figure was right? To
the best of his knowledge.
No, you have also given us like 1,005 somewhere and over 10,000 somewhere.
I've never been told. Listen, you are falling off this discussion.
Okay.
You were in town when people said people in the sectors were also
dismissed.
Yes. Yeah. So why are you not asking me?
No, I'm talking about the figure. We all know that they were sacked.
Have I given you figure?
You have done that.
I said about 10,000.
Okay.
So you said Adeleke said 12,000.
Yes, so, I mean overall.
When you
the teachers,
if you see what is his name, Rashid Olawale, he will give you the figure.
Okay, I want us to go on a very short break now. But when we are on that break, I said you were here sometimes about 10 months ago. And there are some of the things that I want us to look at. Let's look at some of those things that you said about this current government.
Yeah.
And then how do you think that, those things, have they actually gone?
I can tell you several of those things.
Okay, I just want to talk about the one that you and I discussed. So we'll look at the thing from here, and then from then we'll pick up from there.
Okay.
Please, we'll stay tuned. We'll be right back, and let us look at this thing that that was said during the last episode with Honorable Jamiu Olawumi. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. In 3 years, yes, they have done better than your 12 years.
In which area?
Infrastructure. They said infrastructure, they have done better. It said in terms of staff welfare, the workers' welfare, they have done better.
Two.
They said they will give a lot of things. But
you have listened
you
to
have
them.
You have also heard them. I'm very sure that you have heard them too.
The same Adeleke has been able to appoint a pop-up seller 1 in 3 years. He has not been able to appoint a single teacher in 3 years.
Okay.
Instead, he appointed a pop-up seller at Okefia. And he gave the parents of that lady 4 million from the money those who apply for teaching, 5,000 naira each, paid, that he has not given them job. He has not appointed a single medic. So if you go to primary centers, instead of them to run shift night and day, they are running only day. They don't open their time because there are no workforce.
Are you sure of that?
I know.
Okay.
He sacked close to 2,000 health workers that were recruited. When you do virtualization of health centers, it is not only drug. You look at infrastructure, you look at the general content, you look at security, you look at the people who are going to work there. So let him come and tell Osun people the reason for appointment given to pop-up seller to come and cook for him. Because he had no wife. But based on my knowledge, he had 2 wives. So pop-up seller will go and cook for him. Why
you have cook at government house during your time?
Excuse me. As against people who are going to teach the children of the poor who are not there. Look at the wage bills each parents food every time. They are resuming on Monday now. They are also prepared to pay for PTA teachers who are going to teach their children. So let him come and campaign now, because ó máa gbàgbé pé ọmọ tí a kọ́ ló máa gbélé tá a kọ́ tà. He's doing infrastructure abi for people who will not have job in the future and become robbers on those roads.
You are from Ife.
Of course. I'm the son of the soil.
He said more than 10 roads have been constructed.
So how many roads do you have in Ife?
And then there is a flyover ongoing in Ife.
Let me tell you this quickly.
Okay.
People who are watching this program, who are from Ife, I want them to challenge me. Let them go to Lagiri and count how many businesses that the flyover have killed in that axis.
Don't you know that's part of sacrifice for development?
Okefia that has been constructed now. If you are coming from Okefia to Alekuwodu, you cannot see the Ace supermarket on the other side. It has reduced the patronage because you won't be able to see that supermarket. I'm giving you an empirical example, very close to you.
Yes.
It means if you are going, whether you are going on the flyover or not, those who have shops and businesses there have been denied of patronage because it is optics. You must first see a very attractive place before you go there. You cannot see it.
But are they not part of sacrifices for development? Is it not happening in some other spaces? That's just, that's what
I wish somebody now blocks the road to this place for construction, and you ask me to come, whether I will come here.
Yeah, I come back from that short break. I think, Jamiu Olawumi, you can see some of those things that you said there. You talked about the infrastructure, that even the one in Ife is killing business.
Yes.
You also talk about the one in Okefia too.
Yes.
And then you also talk about governor not appointing medics, health workers,
Yeah.
and also teachers.
Yeah.
I believe that if you look at some of these things that you said that time, do you think they have been corrected?
When was this program?
It was last year, September last year.
Thank you. Governance is a continuum. And it's a day-to-day business and activities. If at a point he has not reached that milestone, it does not mean he will not attain that milestone. And I'll tell you why. After this interview, we pushed the government into taking some actions. After we talk about teachers' recruitment.
Yes.
I've given you the reason, the justifiable reasons. Justifiable that means that it can all be justified. It's just like employing a waiver. He could have overlooked the errors in the recruitment when it comes to policy management. And okay, all of you are from Osun to continue to work. Magnanimity of governance. You can do that. But you cannot blame him for not doing it. Because in actual fact, he has been ridiculed and undervalued by outgoing government not recognizing to come and share in policy trust discussion management. So he's a human being. After that, we put this out. He has recruited 1,752 teachers.
Okay.
In place of 1,500 teachers. So if a government is responsive to criticisms, I think I give him kudos.
What about other areas? Like
you're talking about infrastructure. Somebody will come and say, he's not doing all the projects. He's doing so many projects now because he has taken a lot of money. Okay. If he has taken a lot of money and he is not doing projects, what would you have said? Instead of praising him that he has taken much more money than we did, and he's now using the monies into transforming infrastructure. Let me tell you, in the 3 senatorial districts that Osun has, in Osun Central, he has done Osogbo, 2 flyovers, dualized roads. Okay? In Ila, the same senatorial district, he has dualized the road. If you put together the monetary consequence of those projects, you'll be talking about between 70 and 85 billion.
For the 3 projects?
Yes.
You mean for all the roads or for those ones that you have just mentioned? And
other internal roads he has done for Osun Central.
Okay.
If you now look at Osun West, you have a propensity to be mischievous.
In what way?
And say he has done a lot of roads in Ede.
Is that not right?
It's wrong.
Okay, it's wrong. Right.
Without considering the fact that at the creation of Osun State, there's a capital territory development authority.
Okay.
That gave a radius of 20 to 22 kilometers around Osogbo as state capital territory.
Okay.
So if he's working in Ofatedo, he's working in Ido-Osun and Ofatedo fall within the state capital territory.
Okay.
So you cannot claim he has done so much more in Ede. What he has done is to open up the state capital territory.
What about this? You know it's a radius.
Listen now.
No. You know it's a radius.
I know it's a radius.
And then when it's a radius, it doesn't go to one side.
Yes.
It's supposed to be like
part of the radius is the continuation of Osogbo Ilaudo Road, Boundary Road.
Okay.
It's part of the radius.
So let me come in. Listen. Let me come here on this.
Don't kill my line of thought.
Okay.
Please. In Osun West, he has done that, capturing the state capital territory and Ede, and Iwo that was commissioned 2 days ago. There were other 7 roads in Iwo. In Osun East, there is a flyover in Lagiri. There is a dualized road, Okesha, Palace Road in Ilesha. Okay, there was a dualization project awarded by the federal government, the APC federal government, the Irema that was abandoned. The palace chiefs came to visit him and request and beg of him to come and take over. He took over the following day. It's at almost 90% complete.
That dualized road in Ilesha.
In Ife.
In Ife.
Yes.
Okay, making it 2, right?
Making it 2.
Okay.
If you look at the financial consequences of that, you also be talking about billions of naira.
Let me now come in before we go into that. Some people are saying that, as you have just highlighted,
And as we speak now,
no,
there is no single local government where Adeleke has not constructed road.
As you have just highlighted, let me pick it from what you have highlighted. Some people are saying that, okay, we have 2 dualized roads in Ife, one in Ilesha, one in Osogbo, one in Iwo, and one in Ilan.
What about Ilan? Yeah.
So that's 6 altogether.
Yeah.
And they said there are 5 roads that have been dualized in Ede. That every road that enters Ede have been dualized except 1.
Even the one within the state capital territory.
Which one?
Is it a crime that the state capital territory?
No, we are just saying that. Okay, why is
I've explained it out now. What are you asking?
So you are saying that the only one that was done in Osogbo is this 2 point something kilometers. According to some of these people, they said that there is massive infrastructural development.
Were they flying over in Ede? Okay. Does Ede not entitled
to
development?
Okay, let's now go
to wait. You don't just close it now. You have a question.
No, you're asking questions. You have to ask questions.
Listen. There is nowhere in the world where there won't be a tilt towards where the power comes from. In Oyo State, the College of Technology Esauke was taken from Polytechnic Ibadan by Bola Ige to Esauke at the frontage of his house. The Polytechnic Ire was also taken from Polytechnic Ibadan by SM Afolabi to Ire. The speaker then, late Chief Bola Gunte, also took to Lalata his town. The College of Education in Ila also shared from it. And these were people who were in power. Are we behaving like people who don't have history?
Okay, let's because of our time, I would like us to talk about the last one, which is politics. Jamiu Olawumi, crisis is becoming the definition of Osun politics.
Are you sure?
Yes, because virtually every week we hear of shooting, killings, and it is now becoming worse. In 2022, it was not up to this extent.
You are wrong.
Like we have this number of killed.
Yes, you are wrong.
In 2020, I mean, the governorship. I'm not going to the.
You are wrong.
Okay, so are you telling me that this is just the normal way that politics should be played in Osun State?
The way that all of us should condemn. Not that you are singling out this electionary period.
So what can you say?
It has been with us for a long time.
Analysts say that.
Wait now. There was an era here where we want the rostrum to campaign and we call me state boys. Are they missionaries?
You mean the state boys?
Yes, I did.
You're also part of that government. You should tell us.
It does not matter. Yourself and myself were in this state. So it is a crisis that has been self-inflicted for close to 16 years. You don't expect anybody to fix it by sudden flight.
No, we are not expecting, fixing immediately. But what we are talking about is that, don't you think it is now becoming scary that we have even 14-year-old boy from my own town?
Was he not scary when we were shouting?
And we were told that the two
boys.
Analysts and political observers have said that the 2 leading parties, your party and the APC, are in bed with cultists and political thugs.
How would I know? Because I don't know them.
Okay.
And there's not official pronouncements or resolution from party meetings that you have killers in your midst, use them to kill people. No civilized person will say that.
Why are you talking? Why are you discussing internally as far as the security and political killings is concerned? I mean, within your party, how are you talking to your members?
The governor has spoken to them, and he has vowed that if his own son, biological son, is apprehended, he will not intervene. What else do you want him to say?
But we still have, these things still continue.
Then you are expecting a sudden flight.
So for how long are we going to continue this path?
Because when
there's already 16 years now.
When a law is promulgated, you have time to look at who could be recalcitrant that will cut off by the hand of law. So you could have the snippets of those things after the Attorney General of Police had come. But people that were apprehended, some of them, according to the police commissioner, are standing trial. You understand? So we are also supporting the police so that it can work. Let the other side also support the police for it to work. But what I know is that in the political parties, people who are named as being members of security committee, they know all these people. What the police, a senior police organization will do is to invite people detected, investigated, to be members of security committee and ask them who are they relating with as committee members. That's the very potent manner to quell all this.
The two political parties, right?
All political parties. There is no political party that will set out to contest election that will not have security committee. Whether those committees will be relating with the police and law enforcement agents, formalize, is what the police should investigate.
Alhaji Olawumi, finally, you have been following the governor and the campaign train, 2 campaigns across local government.
Yes.
What have been the response? And then finally, your former party, you lost that last election with 28,000.
And that party will also lose now.
You lost with 28,000 votes.
Let me tell you now.
So how do you think you can win this?
Are you going to answer it?
Yeah, I'm asking you now.
Governor Adeleke has the potential to defeat APC and other parties. It's not going to be a surprise. He defeated APC in 2017. We're going to see it. He defeated APC in 2018 at the first ballot before Iran. Iran that late Buhari called the remote control. An average person can give several minutes to remote control. He defeated APC in 2022. He's set to defeat APC in 2026. I'll tell you why. They had a flag off of APC rally in Ife 2 days ago. They put 2 buses per 332 votes across the state to move them to Ife. So the crowd you see there is not organic. Adeleke has been going from local government to local government, and you can also imagine the size of the crowd. Then this man has street credibility. He goes around and people abandon their wares to go and wave and praise him. He enjoys the confidence of the people. They are also encouraging his own self-confidence to go into the election as a champion.
So when you had your flag off there in Osogbo, people that we saw they were only from Osogbo.
Which flag off?
The campaign, the Accord flag off that you had here in Osogbo.
I was not there.
That was the day you joined.
I wouldn't have known the process.
That was the day you joined the
I wouldn't have known how they brought people there.
So are you saying that I'm just asking you that those people were only from Osogbo?
You are asking what I don't know.
So you don't know, okay.
But I was there, I saw the crowd. And I saw known faces. But the one I saw is what I've told you now in Ife. Bringing people into Ife who does not even know the nitty-gritty of the roads in Ife. They were going to Enuwa. Some of them landed at teaching hospital. Some of them landed at Iraye Muraike before they were directed to where the venue of the thing is.
it was obvious that they are strangers. And it's not organic. But what I've seen, okay, look at the crowd at Iwo while Adeleke went to commission the road. A friend told me that there was no able man and women in the within the central town. All of them moved to the venue of the commission, and the king, the Oba Ololu, said it. So that is street credibility. That is organic crowd. That is appreciation of.
Are you predicting over 28,000 votes margin this time?
I'm predicting 95,000 votes.
You remember that that would be close to the record.
I'm telling you.
You know the record is 2014.
In 2014,
100,000.
and I was there, and that projection was done with I was part of people that did the projection because I was
director. Going to win with 100,000.
Yes, I was the director for media in Oshun or when he door to door. And that was the landing we gave him, that you should be expecting 100,000 naira difference for him to win. This one I can tell you I'm expecting 95,000.
95,000
yes
difference. Okay, we'll continue to look at it, but Alhaji Olawumi, thank you so much. We have to appreciate some of those things, but I would like to say, I'm not to use this medium to tell you that please talk to your people. The security situation of Osun is becoming scary to the extent that people outside the state do not hear any of that thing about the Osun election. Talk to your people. When I say your people, I mean you, the politicians. Whether from, because you have friends across.
That is better way to say it.
That because you have friends across. The people that you left
that is better way to say it.
So talk to your people.
Talk to politicians.
Oh no, yes, you are a member of that group, and that's why I said your people. Please talk to them. What people hear about us
anyway, this is becoming scary.
It's not party members. Your people, you are a member of that group, the political class.
Yes.
Thank you so much, and I believe that at least as we are moving closer to the election, please, the people of Osun do not want the crisis to continue. Shooting everywhere. It's becoming something.
Wait, there are two ways to it. Even where at the claims where there are no election, courts continue to fight. It is not responsible of politicians. It is police. Police knows courts too. Police knows who are selling Indian hemp, marijuana. Police know them. So let the police perform and stop pushing the blame on politicians.
No, because at this time now, they say that all of them are on your employment, if I can use that word. A lot of them are loyalists of your party and of your parties.
The police is only playing the ostrich.
It's not the police. Even what we hear from the street, and then what you will see from the streets, at least we have been part of. We've been to the scenes of crimes, and we've heard eyewitnesses.
And you saw people with ID card of political parties.
But why do you exchange banters? Why do you say APC here and they also come and say Accord members here? So we all know what is happening, and I believe that you understand that better.
Police should do its job.
Police will do its job, but politicians should stop also empowering the political thugs. Thank you so much, Alhaji Olawumi. It has always been a very heated argument when you have somebody who has transversed this feat and sitting on this side of the podium. Thank you so much for being part of today's show. And some other time when we come your way, and I want to tell you outside there, please ensure that you remain safe. Osogbo, Ilesha, Ife, Erewole, Ede, even my people in Ilobu, ensure you stay safe wherever you are. Thank you. See you some other time. I am Jare Tiamiyu. Bye for now.